We had a minor technical difficulty where some of my speech was not captured on film like the rest of the speakers at the Gladstone Marriage Equality Rally. Fortunately, it's me, so I can read you the portion of my speech that was missing. So far, we've heard why Gladstone's LGBTIQ endorsing politicians, our straight allies, our parents, and same-sex families feel that marriage equality is important. I aim to tell you why I believe, as a single gay man, that marriage equality is important, both to me personally and to Australia as a whole. To me, from a young age, marriage has been the top spot for a relationship. From marriage, there is no further level to move to, and you're as official as you will ever get. And so I view the lack of access to marriage as a single gay man as a state-sanctioned insult to any potential relationship, which, we are told, could certainly never be on a par with a heterosexual marriage, and, they tell us, certainly cannot agree with the religious definition of marriage. But I have to say, I have some experience with the marriage in a religious context. I was attending Pilgrim Uniting Church in Launceston, Tasmania back in 2004 when the Relationships Act was introduced there. My then partner and I decided to have a commitment ceremony, and so it was officially called. But everyone, from the Reverend to the lovely 85-year-old who always sat next to the choir, called it the wedding. My same-sex wedding was held in 2006 in the sanctuary of Pilgrim Uniting Church and solemnised by my father, a Baptist pastor. I can say unequivocally the words spoken at that ceremony did not mimic marriage. The words and intent were those of marriage in a religious context and including the iconic, "What God has joined together, let no man break apart."
So far as the church was concerned, we were married. Pretty landmark stuff for a town the size of Rockhampton, especially then, less than 10 years after homosexuality was illegal. So curiously, we were religiously married, but not legally. Our rights didn't translate when we moved to Queensland. We paid lawyers hundreds of dollars, spent countless hours researching to make sure, that our rights and our responsibilities came with us when we moved here in 2008. Last year, divorce, or at least that's what it should have been. My ex and I had a binding financial agreement to end our relationship rather than divorce proceedings. When our relationship ended, we didn't actually know what to do, since in Queensland it never officially existed. This is the reality of de facto status in our country. So, I've listened to fairy tales, you know the one? The meet your prince, get married, happily ever after scenario, and I have to say, I look forward to doing it again. Properly married, legally married, to a man that I support, cherish, and honour, and who does the same for me. And so you know now why this is important to me personally. Respect for my relationship from the government and society, and protection of my rights if I move from one state to the next. But why is it important for Australia? Because we are in a situation where this lack of basic respect sends poor messages to those yet to come out. Because we are a nation who values a fair go, but refuses to give one to queer Australians. Because an intersex person should be able to marry someone in this day and age. Because as Australians, our romantic aspirations are shaped by the culture we live in, and that culture sets marriage as a gold standard for relationships. We are then denied the opportunity to participate in that stage of our relationships, even though we are worthy. Because you and I, we are worthy of loving and being loved in marriages in this country. And so we march, not to ask for special treatment, not to ask for something separate, but to demand from our government the right to full access to our country's founding institutions, that we might take our place as simply Australians rather than queer Australians. To all of you assembled, I have to say, congratulations. You have helped make history in Gladstone today by simply being here and participating in the march. Simply by connecting with each other, coming together and being visible, we are making our town, have made our town, a better place in which to be lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, or to otherwise identify as queer.